Welcome back to Old Man Rambles About Card Games. I am Old Man. These are card games. It's so dumb, but I think it's going to end up being what I run with for this. Since I'm rambling about card games. Skip story. Yes, of course I want to skip the story. Have you read the story? Have you seen the story game? It is... God, it is a terrible story. It is so dumb. What is the story currently? The story currently is... we're getting the band back together. Old team that dismembered? That's not it. Disbanded. Old team that disbanded is now fighting with each other. We have Masaru on our team as the representative member of the old team. On the other side, we have Crit Trigger. And if you don't believe me, yes, that is her name. No, she doesn't get another name because her name is Crit Trigger. Why? It's because when she plays Crit Trigger. If you want to see this game cheat, wait till we get to what's her name? Pink hair, Crit Trigger. She will be I think it's a 3-on-3 match at this point in the story. So no, it was all members against all members. There's only 3 members of Setsuga. Setsuga. And there are 4 members for Crit Trigger's team. So as soon as we get to her part of the story, I believe we have to fight Doshi again after we're done with Kuro, because he didn't enjoy his beating the last time. So we have Neko, we have Kuro, we have Doshi. That was a King's reference if you didn't catch it. We're just going to drop back to back. Because we are now full front. It is full frontal. We have our 8 fronts. Because Vanguard decided with L booster, with Lyrical Monasterio booster 1. A new school term. Or welcome to school, I don't know what they call it. I just remember it's LBTL 1. With that one, they released 5 versions of every trigger. 1 for each of the girls. Because they were doing a whole parallel thing. Actually, it's really cool. Going back to card design from last time. They went and redesigned a whole bunch of stuff. Even though, actually, half of the lyrical designs are in the game at this point. Like their original designs, the encounter cards are actually in the game. But in set 1, they introduced the 5 different girls plus the trial deck. So they get a total of 6. Total 6 was a total of 5. Old man rants, you can't remember anything. Lorna Roll was new because she had her songs. Alestiel was old because that was Angel Feathers. So we have Angel Feathers, Narukami with Clarissa, And my favorite, goodness, Feltirosa. Feltirosa was Spike Brothers, actually. Funny enough, the Ghost deck is a Spike Brothers. It's specifically General Cyfried is the original. General Cyfried's effect in old school Vanguard was, for some reason, they did a series of when you drive check a grade 3 cards, you get to do an effect based on them. Kagero retired something. Royal Paladin actually just gave itself more power, even though you would think it would be the call one. For whatever reason, he just increased his own power. But Spike Brothers was a very interesting one. It called the grade 3 rear guard, and then you had it paired up with Juggernaut Maximum. It's a legendary card. Right, he's just he scaled so easily with time. Partly because he could just Soul Blast to gain an extra 10,000 power, which in those days, actually, was he 10,000? That might be the V version of him that I'm thinking of. But he was just a beast. And then he kicked himself back into the deck because there was a series of bot deckers in that set. And they would all just, they would get power when they attacked, and then they kick themselves back into the deck. News article for kitten fishing? What is that? Oh my god. What the? News? What is all this? Kitten fishing is the new cat fishing. I almost want to read this just. I'm going to turn into random things. The new game everyone's talking about, Loot Horizon. Okay, what is kitten fishing? You may have stretched the truth. Odds are, if you're on a dating app, you may have stretched the truth about yourself at least once or twice. Okay, maybe a few times. Well, if this sounds like you, there's a name for this behavior. It's called kitten fishing. And like its more extreme cousin, rather call that its older brother, kitten fishing more or less tends to end in disappointment. Buzz off. Everyone has told lies about themselves on dating apps to make themselves sound cooler. We do it in regular dating too. Oh my god. Call the police, they're kitten fishing. Jeez. Okay, so Juggernaut Maximum. You can't see it because I'm... Oh, no, not Maximum. This is what I get for having my microphone right over top of my keyboard. Maximum. Juggernaut Maximum. Not V-Series. Not a list of Juggernaut Maximum cards. No. We just want Juggernaut Maximum. Not Juggernaut Maximum, just Juggernaut Maximum. I know. The game is upset with me. Not doing things. Just see this glorious beast of a monster. I actually only got into Spike Brothers in Vanguard 0. Oh, that's the mask. Why is it advertising me stuff and pages to look at from like 3 sets ago? Interesting. Well, I guess I am looking at old cards here. So, Juggernaut Maximum has a continuous Vanguard and Rearguard effect that if you do not have another... Oh, never mind, so we'll skip. If you do not have another Spike Brothers Vanguard or Rearguard, so if he is one of one Spike Brothers, his power is decreased by 2,000. This is the precursor to the Lord effect, because back in old Vanguard, we were able to play more than one clan. We didn't have like Prey Elementals to bridge the gap for any of the cards that we had, so we had to play, in Spike Brothers' case, they usually mixed it with the Kagero. And actually it's very famous for anyone who doesn't know that era. A lot of things got mixed with Dragonic Overlord, and you could only apply triggers to the board if you had a unit from that clan on the board. So when we get to DearDays 2, you'll get to see a little bit better. I think they modified some of the original rules because we did some things. Things happened and they were not, there's a reason that the ban list included a lot of triple rares from the big four clans from that time. Oh god, it was bad. We did a lot of things, and then they didn't modify that rule. Probably because where are we at? We're in main phase. Probably because they still had a lot of clans that didn't have actual dedicated decks yet. Like Narukami got brought in season 2. Nubatama and what was the other one? Nubatama and Murakumo. Murakumo in set 5 got a full deck, but Nubatama still only had 4 cards in set 5, and it was the first ninja deck to be introduced. It came out in the comic booster set. So it was not good. Which, if you heard Old Man Rant's earlier about the beauty that was Legion format and the 4 Legion mates that got applied to every single deck. You really had 2 decks. You had this is an excuse for me to rant about old formats. They all blend in together at a certain point. Like, I can't tell you first Ishikishima versus second Ishikishima, which was embarrassing when I realized that. But you had I just felt like going first. You had so much clan mixing up until it sounded bad. Well, you can't have no clan mixing around here, boy. We don't like that around these parts. So stupid. You had a lot of clan mixing. So if you go back to the Legion format, you have Frozen Ogle, you have whatever the Marine General Grade 2 was, you have the Witch Grade 2 for some reason, and you had the Riser Grade 2. I think it was like Imperfect Star or something like that, and those were the 4 Legion mates that went into every deck, and you just chose which grade 3s you were going to include in your deck, or you play the only one that was restricted was Shadow Paladins in Royal Paladin. For whatever reason, you could only have 10 Shadow Paladins in a Royal Paladin deck. But that might have been after they did Thingsaver Abyss, which was the 2 versions of Thingsaver. So Thingsaver and Phantom Blaster Dragon are the same character. So Thingsaver has a similar effect to Phantom Blaster Abyss. And Phantom Blaster Abyss was a Revenger card, so it doubled up. It doubled up on the number of places that it can go. I actually still have a dedicated not Thing Saver Abyss, but Revenger Abyss deck sitting in my I Miss You, I love that format so much cards, but it's there. And it's a Raging Abyss, is what I refer to it as. That was either you hit Raging Form, Limit Break Raging Form. Actually, no, that one I think I upgraded to V Raging Form, because you can drop into the Legion form, go into that for your second turn, because Legion can only happen if you go grade 3. But I digress. He's got 9 cards in hand. So 15, 13. I don't think they have final turn, but I'll throw down some boosters to make this a little more fun. Anyway, so Thing Saver Abyss, now that I'm getting back on track because I can't hold a conversation to save my life. It's only me and the microphone and forced to listen to whatever I say. Thing Saver Abyss was similar to the Legion deck in that you combine the two forms of Thing Saver. You have Thing Saver pre-death and Thing Saver post-death in the form of Phantom Blaster Abyss. And both of them were restanding Vanguards. Technically, Thing Saver was not a restanding Vanguard, he was a re-riding Vanguard. So similar to similar to how a Raging Form Dragon re-rides himself, and technically he gives himself a break ride when he does it. It's basically the same thing. I shouldn't call it final. Actually, that's smart move. Thing Saver, when he restands, he has a huge. You have to pay 8. 8 is the total cost for what you pay for Thing Saver. But when you pay 8, it's good. Original was 2 counterblast, 3 hand, 3 soul, if I remember correctly. And you then get to re-ride from your deck 1 Thing Saver Dragon in the Legion state, using the original Legion mate that you had for the one that activated the effect. He also had to hit the effect, whereas Phantom Blaster Abyss had to just attack, and he could only do it once. So, shop. Now we gotta pull the other. I think with my card being limited to only cards that I already have as well. I'm not gonna craft new cards, so I still have full cards from the set. I'm just gonna skip this. It disappoints me every time. But hey, we've got a 3rd Recusal Hate, which means we have 4 Recusal Hates. How many? I have 270, so I think in theory, 80 I can craft 1. I can change those over to the same area now. Edit. I'm gonna change the name on this. I want to call it Tyrant Tiger. But yeah, between the Legion deck and Thing Saver Abyss, because you had 2 restanding Vanguards in 1 Legion deck, and fun fact, because the new Thing Saver didn't actually perform the Legion action, you could then on your next turn perform Legion, kick a Thing Saver back into the deck, whole effect again and kick more heal triggers back into the deck. That's why if you've seen the D Legion, you can't kick heal triggers back into the deck because we were dirty heal sackers. That's how the game went. We kicked heal triggers back into the deck constantly. That's the name of the game. I could have crafted putable, but I didn't. So it's. I have a friend who was very upset. He wanted to rep his Gold Paladin deck so hard, and first of all, why was that not a favorite? He really did. He is the reason that Gold Paladin looked the way that it did during the Legion format. He was the premier Blue Flame player, but he got so upset during the anime because Kai just he's a dirty heel sacker. Ooh. No. Okay, I'll go with Tyrannical. That works. I forgot you have a 10-character limit for your names, which is stupid. Anyway, I am all over the place with my rambling today. Old man rambles. But yeah, I think the original ramble all the way back in the beginning, 30 minutes ago, it's 20 minutes, but whatever, was that, oh, there she is. There's Crit Trigger. Back in set 5 is when Bushiroad instituted the ban list the way Mika. We got 3 wins and you got 2. That means we win best of 5. What do we want here? It's more than just a win, right? No, we want to win. We want to win. We win. We get Team Renka under our wing. If we don't fight Mika, she'll never return to Setsugetsuga. Setsugetsuga. Ichidoji. Makaseo. Ore o taos suru. Butsu butsu. Go away. Go away, Masaru. Makemi. Alright. So, to the original story I was telling about the dirty clan mixing that we used to do back in the day. We had so many variants of Overlord, but the 2 big ones were Countercharge Lord, which was the not Spike Brothers, the Nova Grappler variant, where we used Nova Grappler as the main build for the deck, and what's his face? Overlord was the main rear guard that he used, so he was used like Blaster Blade. Despite being a grade 3, we would use him to be a board clearer, and you could just countercharge for days with him. And the other one was Kagero Think Tank, which was the Oracle Think Tank mixed with Dragonic Overlord. So you had a lot more deck fixing for him, which was crazy. Going back in the day, and then thing that got a lot to encourage people to play mono clans. Bushiroad really dropped a lot of powerful cards for specific clans. So Oracle Think Tank had cheating as their actual strategy. They would, if you couldn't guess, if you know what Oracle is in Magic the Gathering, you know what Oracle Think Tank does. If you don't, Oracle is the action in Magic the Gathering where you look at the top card of your deck and then you usually choose if it goes on top or bottom. Or scrying is the key word for it, I believe. I'm not very in on Magic the Gathering. I know Cascade and Ninjutsu. Those are my points of reference for Magic. Man, it was disgusting. Ooh. Oracle Think Tank was constantly checking the top card of the deck and then either putting it back, putting it into Soul, or putting it on the bottom. It was usually one of those three actions that they did with it. Now, they got to do a lot of stuff with that. And on top of having that as their original design, their other design was they drew cards. And so the original design was fixing the top deck, like we see with Hex Orb, and drawing cards. So you could get away with topping draw cards. You could go the Solryran deck with soul charging them or calling them to the board. Or the truly disgusting thing is you could just set up triggers and one of the Gorgon sisters was put into the deck. And the reason she's disgusting, like downright awful, is because if you know classic Yu-Gi-Oh, that one spell card that they started busting out in Battle City and then just included in every single deck on in the anime is Light Force Sword. Uriel is a Light Force Sword. She looks at your opponent and says, bam, gone. Hope that wasn't a PG. Oh, the character who plays it in the show has eidetic memory and knows exactly which card is which? Bam! Because I guess they don't shuffle their hand. Meanwhile, we're a bunch of dirty hand shufflers and we just constantly shuffle our hands in real life. But monster with the Uriel. The fact that they spent an entire season forcing her to not play Uriel. She was a grade 3 and taking away from it, they wanted to push the cross ride, which was the cross ride for original Goddess of the Sun, Amaterasu, and I forget what Amaterasu's upgraded name was, but yeah, they spent an entire season trying to get her to get rid of all the really good cards that went along with Tsukiyomi, because with Tsukiyomi, all you needed was Tsukiyomi. So she had space for Uriel. Uriel, I think is how you call her. Is how you name her. It's who you name her. But, yeah. Uriel was a beast of a card. Just because it could go in and snap a card out of your opponent's hand. And in Vanguard, obviously that's very important because defense. Defense comes from the hand. So, it was just nasty. We got Bruce coming in hard and fast. I love the details. Yep. Alright, and then So you had that. You had the problem of the ride lines and the Galahad ride line, which was the same exact thing as the Tsukuyomi ride line, where it was almost guaranteed to hit. Even if you didn't hit it off the deck, you would probably hit it from hand because, well, you know, in an opening hand, you had a 33% chance to hit your proper A grade 1. And so when you include the numbers, I think it was like 34% for grade 1, 33% for grade 2, and probably something like a 28% chance for grade 3. It was just crazy. This is critical Nika though.
Vanguard.
Crawl, you insects. Couldn't use that card in my hand. This is not Persona Ride, so I don't have to worry about those cards coming back. Place for me. And three more other regards, and also draw a card. So if she hits a critical, I don't have to. Only have to worry if she. No, I don't have to worry at all if she doesn't hit critical. I've got to counterblast if she doesn't. I have to worry if she hits two criticals. Okay, see, this is what hitting is crit and not weak. Crit always hits a crit. Oh, she double triggered this time too. Oh. Die. Oh, you need to die.
Vanguard.
Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. That's enough. Right there. She only has a 7 person. I guess she's only at 2 damage. Rush. Hit that. Draw. Marjorie's effect, took soul.
Damage check.
Man, actually the Prim Soul is
Vanguardにアタック。
deck out.
ノーガード。ダメージチェック。ドロートリガー。パワープラス。
Yeah.
ヴァンガードにアタック。
31, so she only needs a regular trigger. I really like to have fun. Probably a soul charge right now. Oh, but I soul charged a Peach. It's great. It's great. Great.
ガード。
Yeah.
ドライブチェック。ヒールトリガー。
Doesn't matter. I'll pass it over. I guess it's 2 to pass, but I don't expect her to. I expect
Drive
that's
check.
gonna trigger. Yep. Cool. So I have 3 cards, which means I'm gonna die next turn. Let's get that game.
ヴァンガードにアタック。
And this is why we get called
ガードする。
She is ridiculously strong.
リアガードに
Now,
ア
if
タ
she's
ッ
got
ク。
the Persona Ride, I am terrified. If she has that Persona Ride.
ターンエン
If
ド。
she doesn't,
私
good.
のターン。ドロー。
If she
コ
does.
ール。スキルを発動する。パワー。
She doesn't have it, so she can't do the multi-attack
コー
strike.
ル。
She can, however, just put big numbers on board and no
パワー
attack.
プラスヴァンガードにアタックスキルを発動する
Placed on top of them. Nope, you can't have that.
ガード
You're gonna have to deal with that crit either way, but we'll get to that
ヴァ
when
ン
I
ガー
get
ド
to
にア
that.
タック
Initial double trigger.
スキルを発動するノーガードドライブチェック
I definitely think it's a double trigger.
クリティカルトリガー
There's a critical.
クリティカルプラス
Vanguard power rigger.
パワープラス
35, that's more than I got anyway.
ドライブチェックヒールトリガー
Oh man, that's dumb.
パワープラス
I can't. The game where I can see all this.
強さこそが全て
We are
ダメージチェック
damn.
ダメージチェックよしフロ
I
ント
don't
ト
think
リ
I'll
ガ
be
ー
so mean to myself that I say
パ
that.
ワープラスヴァンガードにアタック
45.
スキルを発動する
Oh cool.
スペリオルコードスキルを発動する
Call it to an
Power
open
plus.
rear. You could have called to the front row.
ノーガードダメージチェッククリティカルトリガー
I hate you, computer.
クリティカルプラス
So
Power
it's
plus. いいヴァンガードファイトでした
We have met Mika the cheater. I think I will be kind in our rules, and the. Let me alter something real quick. There. We can get 7 points right now. I will not
いらっ
force
しゃいませ
myself to
どれ
wait
にします
because
どのパッ
I'm
クを
not
購入します
playing a game of well, you just get good. We're not playing just get good with Vanguard. I may alter that rule about not crafting cards I don't have, but we need to get through the proto bulbs first, and then I can look at the double rare Diabolos. Oh, he's a triple R. Oh, he's a triple R. Oh, Marjorie's the double R. Oh boy. Have I pulled all shinies for that? Jeez. I haven't pulled a single proto bulb, quote unquote. Oh, it's 800 to craft him in any way. Uh,
どのデッキを見る
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Let's go back and find Proto Bulb. Oh. That's great. Another 100-mile storm rolling in. Awesome. So we are up to 3 copies of him. Drop these down. Pop that up to the 3 mark. Now, once we get I really don't have any other final rush cards, do I? 12 isn't big enough to be a number. Place on rigor, choose what your lead is the same column, and it gains +5 and +2, but if you're in final rush, it gets +5. Okay. We're
ど
good
のデッ
like
キを見
this.
る
So that's the game for now. We'll be nice to ourselves next time. I'll keep ranting, but Excuse me. We'll finish up our proto balls and then. I must be allergic to losing. Once we're done with our proto bulbs, then we'll move on to that last Diabolos boy that I showed you and see about making our lives easier. Bye till then.
ありがとうございました。